While I'm of the belief that building wealth takes time, I'm going to lay out for you a 5-step roadmap that's going to help you print money using AI-powered SMS and break down exactly how we did it and what we're implementing going into 2026. Let's first start with number 1, okay? So number 1, we are going to talk about the foundation. The foundation for this, and we want to dial this part in, this is really, really important, is the brand voice and our offer clarity, okay? So you can't have effective conversational AI if your brand voice is inconsistent or your offer is unclear. AI will amplify what you feed it. So when it comes to your brand and you want to create a foundation for you to build a successful campaign, a successful strategy around SMS and AI-powered SMS, it's important that you have this part done right. So for this particular exercise here, I just want to kind of write out a couple of things. I got my iPad here, I can draw with you guys. So the first thing that we really need to do is we really need to define our brand voice, okay? So our brand voice is really important to dial in because this is how we're actually going to communicate with our customers via SMS and also email, okay? This is going to apply to both. Sorry about my chicken scratch, but it's hard to draw with my finger. So this is kind of the first step of this. And what we want to do is basically identify 3 to 5 personality traits. And this really helps us to know what tone we're actually going to talk to our customers with. This really helps us to, again, lay that first foundation. Now, the next thing we want to do is we want to map out our customer journey stages. So I'm just going to say our map customer journey. And these stages are really important for us to identify because we're going to be able to build messaging around the specific stages, okay? So we've got the awareness, the consideration stage, the purchase stage, and retention, okay? Those are like the 4 stages there. The next thing we want to do is make sure that we can identify hero offer. So this is probably with a product that sells the best for you that you can use to actually promote. And this could be something that you can heavily discount. Maybe you have better margins on it, or maybe you don't, but it's a leader into another product they may upsell or add to their cart, right? So having a hero offer or hero product as well is really important in this foundation stage, because without this, it's really difficult for you to kind of like pinpoint how you're going to actually grow and thrive using SMS. If that makes sense. So the next thing that we can do is we want to kind of document, if we don't already have these identified, is we want to document questions or concerns. So these are things that we can actually address within our strategy, okay? So really, like, a lot of this stuff can also be applied across the board. And if you don't have this somewhere, either from, your agency hasn't provided this to you, or internally you don't have this with your marketing team, these are really important things to have so you can better understand your customer base and how you're actually doing your marketing. And then the last thing that you want to do to lay this foundation is create your value proposition if you don't already have one. If you don't know what your value proposition is, you need to have a value proposition. So when we have all of these 5 things here, defining our brand voice with 3 to 5 personality traits, mapping customer stages, right? We got our awareness, consideration, purchase, and retention. We've got our hero offer and products, and we want to document the questions and concerns that our customers have, and then create a value prop. So that way we've got our foundation all sorted, okay? So this is the first step on the roadmap. So moving on to the next step in the roadmap, this is set up your SMS infrastructure the right way. Many brands either overcomplicate this or skip the critical steps that hurt deliverability and compliance. Fortunately for you, this is really, really simple and really straightforward. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to install an app called TxtCart. This is an app that we use to do our SMS abandoned carts, SMS marketing, and it is an amazing app because it runs for us on autopilot, and it's been able to generate us around $70,000 in revenue without me really having to touch it at all. And what it does is an abandoned cart. It's powered by AI, so it's a 2-way conversational SMS that actually communicates with your customers who abandon cart. And it can tailor everything to the questions and the concerns and the products they're actually buying and asking about. So it's like your own virtual salesperson, right? Essentially. So then after you install TxtCart, you want to set up compliance, which there's an easy step-by-step to follow in there. So it's actually very easy. You don't have to get too overwhelmed by that. It's just, it'll tell you exactly what to do. Upload your SMS list from Klaviyo. So, if you're using Attentive or something different, OmniSend, that's fine. Like, just go ahead and get your SMS list uploaded into TxtCart. And then you just want to verify SMS and brand compliance. Okay. Simple as that. Very, very easy. Let's move over to the next step, which is launching the conversational cart recovery. Kind of betterment is the fastest path to ROI. This is people who you're reaching who already wanted to buy. So it picks the conversation up right where they left off and can actually get help in answering their questions around this particular problem. So if you don't have this done, it's such low hanging fruit that like, it's such an easy, high leverage thing that you can do for your business that will help you generate way more revenue that you should definitely just implement it. Like it's really like, that's the mindset I had. I was like, oh, I've heard all the, SMS and whatnot. But like when I installed it and I saw it generating and printing money for us, I was like, damn, like this is actually kind of crazy. So I think we've been using it for like 12, 18 months now. So what do we do in this step? Well, the first step is we want to set up our abandoned cart sequence. Then what we want to do is we want to enable AI to handle the objections. Enable AI to handle objections. Okay, so this is basically going to have conversations with your customers to help them close a deal. Like your own virtual salesperson just working 24/7 for you. It's amazing. So enable AI to use your objections. We want to add like different things like urgency elements. So, urgency, scarcity into our email or into our SMS. And then we want to kind of look at tracking incremental lift. So we want to run a test to see how much does this actually help us lift revenue? Because we know that there's always cross attribution, right? We always know that Google and Meta may take credit for a sale. We know that email may take credit for a sale that came through Meta. So we want to be able to increase or to track incremental lift. So very, very important test here when we do this launch as well. So that is step number 3. We want to build your lifestyle sequence arsenal. Cart recovery is just a piece of the pie of your potential SMS revenue. The real money is in the strategic life cycle messaging. What life cycle messaging do we need to set up? There's kind of a few key campaigns that we can do for this. There's the welcome series, and we can do the welcome series with SMS as well. So you probably already have this set up for your email, which is great. We can do a post-purchase, ask them how they're doing. Maybe we could ask for a review or a rating. We can also set up our win-back campaigns. So let's say they haven't purchased in 30, 60, 90 days. And then, oh, that was terrible. And then also our VIP. I'll put VIP over here. This is really where you'll end up generating way more revenue, and you'll kind of like, look, at the end of the day, if you're a founder, SMS is probably an afterthought. It's not really a massive focus for you. But by implementing stuff like this, it makes revenue coming from this particular channel much more powerful because you're actually utilizing it to its fullest capacity. So it may seem like, it's not that important. It's really important. SMS has the highest response rate. Like it is the most personal way to message your customers. What is step number 5? Step number 5, optimize, segment, scale, right? You need this data first. Too many brands try to over-optimize before they have enough signal. So what that means is essentially, we've got to actually start the process to acquire data to then make optimizations later. In this particular case, we need to get the data. Once we have some data, we can start segmenting audiences. I'm just going to write segmentation here because this is like the next stage once we have some data. We can also start A/B testing more, different messaging, different offers, right? And we can also measure the incremental lift of those previous campaigns. So, incremental lifts in the abandoned cart, but then also other campaigns as well. And then what we can do is we can also layer in our seasonal and, other times of the year promotions, right? So if you want to generate another 6 figures in revenue to your business and a lot more, depending on how much traffic and revenue and all that you're already doing, this is the way to do it. So if you follow this roadmap, 2026, you're going to be able to generate so much more revenue than you ever thought possible. So make sure you go and check out TxtCart down below in the description. You get a 14-day free trial, no credit card required, and you have $1,000 in free SMS credits. And I'm telling you, in the first 7 to 14 days, you're going to be kicking yourself that you didn't start it sooner. That's exactly how I felt because we started generating I think it was 3 to 5 grand. I think we started it during Q4 one year, and it was just stupid. So just go and try it out and let me know if you have any other questions on the roadmap. But hopefully you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.